Most people learn that Christianity spread from Rome, then outward into the rest of the world. But historically, that story is incomplete. Because long before Christianity became firmly established in much of Europe, it had already taken root across parts of Africa. In fact, some African regions adopted Christianity at the same time as, or earlier than, many European regions. So how did Africa become one of Christianity's earliest homes? And why is this part of history rarely discussed today? To understand this story, we need to reset the mental map we use for ancient history. In the first centuries of the Common Era, the Mediterranean world was not divided by continents the way we imagine today. Africa, the Middle East, and Southern Europe were connected through trade routes, port cities, shared languages, and overlapping cultures. Ideas moved where people moved, not according to modern borders. Christianity followed those same pathways. Africa was not isolated from early Christianity. Quite the opposite. North Africa and Northeast Africa were among the most urbanized and literate regions of the Roman-era world. Cities like Alexandria in Egypt were global centers of philosophy, science, medicine, and religious scholarship. Alexandria became one of the most important early Christian intellectual centers anywhere, rivaling Rome and Antioch. This was not a marginal region. It was central to the early Christian world. By the 2nd and 3rd centuries, Christian communities existed across Egypt, Roman North Africa, Nubia, the Horn of Africa. These communities produced religious texts, clergy, schools of interpretation, and institutional structures, all while Christianity remained a minority religion in many parts of Europe. In other words, Africa was not waiting to receive Christianity. It was actively shaping it. Egypt played a uniquely important role. Early Christian scholars in Alexandria worked on biblical translations, commentary traditions, methods of theological debate. These ideas circulated widely across the Mediterranean. Many concepts later associated with European Christianity were influenced by African intellectual traditions first. This influence is documented, even if it's rarely emphasized. Perhaps the clearest example of early African Christianity is the Kingdom of Aksum. Located in modern-day Ethiopia and Eritrea, Aksum was a powerful trading state. By the early 4th century, Aksum officially adopted Christianity, making it one of the earliest Christian kingdoms in world history. This occurred before much of Northern Europe converted, before medieval Europe emerged. Aksum developed its own church hierarchy, distinct traditions, and a continuous Christian presence lasting over a millennium. Many of those traditions still exist today. While Christianity was firmly established in parts of Africa, Europe's religious landscape was uneven. Some European regions converted early. Others remained outside Christianity for centuries. Christianity did not spread in a straight line from Rome outward. It spread in multiple directions at once. South into Africa, east into Asia, and west into Europe. Africa was not behind. It was alongside, and sometimes ahead. So why is Africa's early Christian history so often overlooked? Several factors contributed. Political changes reshaped historical priorities. Manuscripts were lost, damaged, or inaccessible. Language barriers limited transmission. Later historians emphasized Europe's medieval experience. This gradually narrowed how the story was told. The result was not total erasure, but long-term imbalance. Despite centuries of change, Africa's early Christian legacy survived. Ancient churches remain standing. Manuscripts are preserved. Living traditions continue. These are not legends or reinterpretations. They are historically documented realities. They remind us that Christianity's early history was global, complex, and interconnected. Understanding this history doesn't challenge belief. It deepens understanding. It shows that early Christianity cannot be confined to one region or culture. Africa was not outside this story. It helped shape it. Recognizing that gives us a fuller, more accurate view of the past. History doesn't disappear. Sometimes, it simply waits to be remembered. If you value forgotten histories told with evidence and context, you'll find more here.